Good afternoon, everyone, and you are welcome to this Bachelor of Public Management Masterclass. And with you here, it's Fulupero Ramashia, and I'll be co-presenting this with Ms. Uratilwe Koza. And you are officially welcome to this masterclass, and feel free and comfortable to engage, as and when you will require that engagement. But I'm going to, put the time for engagement towards the end when we are done with the presentation. You can note down all your questions or all, the clarification seeking questions that you have about the Bachelor of Public Management or any other aspect related to this. So at this stage, I want to introduce Regenesis to you, to some of you who could be new, who could not understand or know what Regenesis is all about. So Regenesis Business School, now known as Regenesis Education, is one of the South Africa's leading institutions for management and leadership education, founded in 1998 with campuses in Joburg, Mumbai, Lagos, and online platforms. Regenesis has trained over 200,000 students in more than 190 countries. The institution focuses on holistic leadership development, intellectual, emotional, spiritual, and physical aspects or components are covered right there. So, what sets apart as Regenesis education is that we offer or provide flipped classrooms. We also engage in purposeful action learning projects, and we apply interactive methodology. And above all, we also focus in transformative and deep learning kind of techniques. And upon, our teaching and learning, we ensure that there is some behavioral shift in how we teach, in how we offer and provide our lessons. And like I've said earlier on, what also sets us apart is that we believe in holistic development, and that is how our modules are tailored. We ensure that people are developed in different components, like the mental part. It's not just about, the theoretical or the knowledge sharing, but it is also about, the holistic development where we focus on developing our individual learners intellectually or the cognitive component. And we also ensure that there's also emotional intelligence, learnings, and the spiritual intelligence component is also included. We also ensure that there's also physical development where we apply different techniques to teach our learners to become physical intelligent. And not only that, we also ensure that there's financial intelligence component is also learned through our modules. And with the engagements that they have, it can be either through the activities that they do in class or after class. There's also some network intelligence that is also, enforced. And of course, thought leadership is very important in our dealings and in our learnings. So, introduction of the Regenesis School of Public Management. The Regenesis School of Public Management offers programs designed to develop effective, ethical, and not just effective and ethical, but they are also innovative in nature. So they help with development of ethical, innovative leaders in the public sector. And through qualifications such as the one we are focused on today, the Bachelor of Public Management, the school aims to strengthen governance, enhance service delivery, and improve social economic outcomes across Africa, not just in South Africa. And we are also accredited with the Council of Higher Education. So there is no doubt about our accreditation. And what is public management? Public management focuses on the effective administration of government and public sector organizations. So it includes all the public departments, it includes all the state-owned enterprises and any other public and development institution. It combines management principles with public service values to improve governance, service delivery, and even community development. And the key focus areas on this public management is the public policy, because it's important to understand, the public policy and the governance, and which talks to the leadership thereof. And strategic management in the public sector, it also focuses on the long-term, management or the long-term strategic goals. And then public finance and budgeting is also included. And it also focuses on the ethics and leadership in government. As you know, that there is a lot of unethical, conducts that are happening within the public space, and we hear that from different, forums or platforms in media and so on. So this public bachelor degree is meant to assist with the equipping the learners so that they are ready to go and address such issues. The skills gained through the program are quite a variety of them, and they are not restricted to just here, but this is a broad overview of the skills that can be gained through this program. Students develop a strong mix of administrative and analytical and even leadership skills. And this includes the policy analysis and development, so that if there's a way of making it better or amending or improving on what is already there in different policies, they are able to do such. So it means that they gain the ability to assess and craft effective public policies. And the other skill there is the strategic and operational planning, where they learn how to manage public resources efficiently. And this also include, the elements of, procurement and so on. And they also gain the skills on communication and interpersonal skills, engaging effectively with citizens and stakeholders. And as you know, there are a lot of stakeholders that are involved within the public space. And therefore, it is important that these learners also gain the skills that can help them to engage effectively with all different stakeholders and even the citizens, where the service delivery is channeled to. They also learn or gain, skills such as the ethical decision making, and which helps in promoting transparency and accountability. And those who are already in government will tell you, and those who have had the opportunity to engage with different stakeholders, they will tell you that there's lack of accountability, and that is why most of the challenges or most of the issues are happening within the public space. And another skill will be research and problem solving skills. As much as there are a lot of things happening, and there are a lot of things that we hear from the media, the learners doing the Bachelor of Public Management will then learn to gain the actual facts, through research and also find ways or learn, about the techniques of resolving these issues. And in this case, they will be able to identify and address community challenges, and which will also lead into service delivery and the citizens becoming more satisfied. And we have the benefits and the career opportunities that are linked to the Bachelor of Public Management. So, a Bachelor of Public Management prepares students for a dynamic career in both public and private sectors. And the key benefits they include that it contributes to nation building and improved service delivery, and they also equip students to become ethical leaders and public servants. And on top of that, this can also help in building a foundation for postgraduate studies or public service leadership. By the way, we also have, above the Bachelor of Public Management, the postgraduate qualification, which I'm going to highlight at a later stage. So this qualification also opens doors to careers such as, you can name them, they are not restricted to only this. One can become a policy advisor, because earlier on I've indicated that they also learn in terms of researching, in terms of problem solving, in terms of analyzing the policies, and so therefore they can also become policy advisors. They can be public administrators, because they would have learned, the basics around administration in the public sector. They could also be, play roles like a municipal manager, or a project or program officer. And they can also be part of the NGO or development coordinator there, and public policy analyst. They can be government relations officers, community development specialists, and they can also be a HR officer in the public sector, and monitoring and evaluation specialist. And they can also, play a legislative or parliamentary assistant role. And like I've said, these are not just restricted to this, and they will have a lot of opportunities to choose from based on the different modules that they would have done and where their interest could be. So the Bachelor of Public Management as the focus for today is not the only qualification that we offer as the public school of Regenesis, but we offer even the higher certificate in public management. And we do also offer the advanced certificate in public management. And remember, the advanced certificate in public management is also at the same NQF level with the Bachelors of Public Management, and those who already have the diploma in public management, instead of going through the 3 years, to can have the degree in or the bachelor in public management. They can only do that within a year, and then have a Bachelor of Public Management or an advanced certificate in public management, which then qualifies them or put them at the same level, which is an NQF level 7. And we do also have the advanced diploma in public management. Then we have the master's. The advanced diploma in public management is the one that I've just talked about, that it can be done within a year, and it's equivalent to the bachelor's of public management. And from the advanced diploma in public management, there's also one after he or she has accomplished a degree or a Bachelor of Public Management or an advanced diploma in public management, which is at NQF level 7. They can then proceed to a postgraduate diploma in public management, which is like an honors then. That's how we have known it back then. So that is at NQF level 8. So upon completion of that, one can then go for a Master of Public Management, which would be at NQF level 9 before they can go for the PhD. At the moment, we do not have the PhD in public management, but we are moving or we are anticipating that to be accredited not long. So let's come back to our Bachelor of Public Management. So the Bachelor of Public Management overview, this qualification is aimed at those interested in pursuing a career in public service or those who have been working for a while in the public service and want a formal qualification in this field. So the NQF level for this program is 7 and it carries 365 credits and the duration is 3 years, meaning that you'll have year 1 up to year 3 and you will be doing a set of modules that are stipulated in your schedule. And the minimum requirements for one to enroll, they must have at least an NQF level 4, 5, and 6 and exemption board qualification. So the RPL can also be done if you do not have the prerequisite or the required qualification before you can be accepted for this program. So the Bachelor of Public Management core modules are as follows. You have the Public Management 1 up to 3. You have within this public management, one will be learning about the management of public, operations and systems. And we also have the public human resource management. Just like with the public management, this one focuses on the human resource management aspect, and you have it from year 1 up to the 3rd year. And you also have to do the economics, and the economics is also important because you get to learn about the economy and the fluctuations and all that, and the implications that have on the country and so on. And the public finance management also is quite very important because one learns about the different policies that are there, the different pieces of legislation that regulates the public finance. And this is learned from or done from year 1 up to year 3. And of course, the differences there is that at level 1 or year 1, you will be doing most of the basics and it gets more complex as you proceed to the 2nd year and later at 3rd year. You also going to learn, or the program also includes the public policy management, where you basically learn about, the public policy, the public mandate, and how that is set, and how that is implemented, and how that is monitored and evaluated, and so on. And the public strategic management, that is the setting of the strategy, and also the looking at the long term and all that. And you also do that for just 2 years, year 1 to the 2nd year. And upon all this, you also have the personal mastery, which carries very little credits. I think it's 5 credits. And the idea of including this, remember earlier on, I said we are into people development, holistic development of the individual. So we don't just throw learners with the theory, but we ensure that we put the knowledge that they have learned or acquired into practice. And that's where they are also going to do the personal mastery. And it's all about personal development. And they have to complete, the POE on their personal development. They have to identify areas that need some development and also come up with some strategies on how they can do that and send evidence to show that that is in progress. They are doing that so that by the time they leave, they don't just leave, but they have acquired knowledge and they also know how to apply that particular knowledge in in their own lives for their own development and progress in different areas. So the Bachelor of Public Management is aimed at empowering future leaders for public service excellence. So in this case, we are saying with our Bachelor of Public Management, our learners, with whatever that they are seeing, whatever that they do not like, whatever that they think there should be improvement, this program is aimed at sharpening them that they can bring that public service excellence through what they have learned and apply that in real life scenarios. The study modes for this Bachelor of Public Management is both the distance and also the contact classes. And as an institution, we have support administrators who help the students with all the technical, support that they require. There's also digital study material that the learners will get from the portal. And our modules and qualifications have a full accreditation. And we also have that for both contact and online. And I mean, the program themselves and learners will also be provided with class and program schedules, and there are academic policies that apply to our, you know, teaching and learning. So there are regulations, just like with any other institution, that we need to follow as we do or process administration and, from the beginning up to the exit. And there are assignment question papers that they can also use. We have digital assessments. We also have assignment submission links, which also looks into, whether they have not just copied and pasted, because the idea is to have the true learning where we see the true progress, the true development of our learners. We also have the e-library, and we also have the physical library where the students can also come in, and sit and work on their assignments and all that in our campus. And we also have the bursaries and flexi payments. We also have SAYS, which helps with the, support that they need in terms of writing, in terms of, how to do their presentations, and many more skills that they learn that can help them to develop fully and that can help them with the smooth journey of their learning process. And as Regenesis, we believe that our learners, when they pass through us, they should show through the graduate attributes. And these graduate attributes are the values, the skills that they would have learned, upon passing through our hands. So they need to be distinct or different. And this is how we want them to be different. We envisage that all our learners who would have passed through us should think differently, should be able to think differently. Our programs should sharpen, their imaginative, thoughts. They should have an appetite for problem solving. So they need to be more curious, analytical, and have that agile mind. And they need to also have some way of becoming more visionary or dreamers and open-minded people who apply knowledge across discipline and different domains. We also envisage that our learners need to lead consciously and leading with the end in mind. That is being purpose-driven, being aware of oneself so that they can also be aware of the surroundings around them and act ethically and with integrity, honesty, respect, and many more included. And that they need to be service oriented. So they must think of the citizens, in all their dealings, in what different roles they play. They need to ensure that they think of, or they must have the end in their mind. And that is, they need to be very result oriented, and they should be agent of change or change catalyst. So that is leading consciously, ensuring that they are emotionally and spiritually intelligent, and also put sustainability at heart of business. So we envisage that the learners who pass through us should have the end in mind, and that they need to harness diversity, like, they need to acknowledge that there are different people, and that the differences between them and other people should rather help them to achieve, instead of, forming a borderline or forming, a wall between people. So they need to value individual differences. They need to be collaborative with others, and socially intelligent, and just understanding that there's goodness in different people, just like there is in themselves, and that they need to comport themselves professionally. And this includes, aspects such as inspiring others, aspects such as being confident and being deliberate in the actions that they do. And of course, they need to have that local outlook where they are adaptable to any circumstances. So they need to be multicultural aware. And if you look at that, it's not just, the the local outlook, but it's global, meaning that they need to be globally and locally, adaptive, and, ensure that they understand the realities within or locally, and also understand the realities out there. So they need to also keep abreast of the latest developments that are happening within their country and also outside their country, and strike a balance of how, they can manage and they can lead those public institutions, and having that all that in their minds. And that they need to ground decisions in evidence is quite important. And we also enforce this within, all our classes, the modules that we provide. We try by all means that even in those classrooms, we ask them a lot of questions around, yes, I understand what you're saying, but why? So that they can, look at the facts that they have so that they can justify, their opinions. That is the Regenesis graduate attributes there. So we envisage that upon completion, in fact, it doesn't even wait until completion. The learners from the first module, they will be telling you that there is some change, some, paradigm shift, some change in terms of seeing things and doing things will be happening gradually until they complete their program. Who should do the Bachelor of Public Management? The BPM is ideal for students who are passionate about governance, that is leadership, and public service. So if you are passionate about governance, leadership, and public service, the Bachelor of Public Management is yours. You need to do this so that you can learn the techniques, so that you can learn, the theory, the knowledge, which can help you to do that. It can also be ideal for individuals who want to build a career in government or public administration. And this could be based on what maybe you have seen, what you have experienced, your perceptions, what you have learned, and so on. But you need to have the Bachelor of Public Management for you to build a career in government or public administration. And then you can be able to assist or to work within any public and development sector department or state-owned enterprise and so on, or even the NPO and so on. And it is also ideal for young professionals aspiring to work in policy because you have seen through the modules that I've said they are composed in this program that there's also policy management. So if you want to also work in community development, this will also be very ideal, or even in public organizations. So it is also ideal for employees in municipal, provincial, or national government seeking formal public management training, because some people have been fortunate and started working without the qualifications in the public sector, but they've been there and they've been working there, but they lack the qualifications thereof. So this program could also be suitable for such kind. Or maybe some of them have been there because of lack of qualifications, they are unable to move forward or to have that upward mobility career-wise. And therefore, if they get this, this will assist them with that career movement also. It could be horizontally or vertically. So it can also be ideal for those interested in careers in non-profit and NGO or even development sectors. And this will also be very convenient or will also be beneficial for anyone who is aiming to make a positive impact in society through ethical and effective leadership. So all these people and many more who aspire, to achieve their career goals, they can do the Bachelor of Public Management if they don't have the basic career in public management. I mean, basic career qualifications. So the role of Regenesis Bachelor of Public Management program is that it provides a strong foundation in governance, in leadership, and in public administration principles. It also develops critical thinking, communication, and problem-solving skills for public sector context. You remember, I said our programs, including the Bachelor of Public Management, are holistic development in nature, or they seek to develop the individual holistically, and hence it can also develop critical thinking, communication, and even problem solving skills for public sector contracts. And if one has what it takes in terms of the skills that have been gathered from the program, they can be able to bring change into the public sector. And then it incorporates practical learning through projects. And I have said that in what puts us or set us apart, that we have a lot of practical integration in our programs. We include the real life scenarios, and we ensure that our students, through our questioning, through our assignment, through the interactions in class, that we provide real situations so that people can start linking the theory with the practical experience or the real life scenarios. It also prepares graduates for entry level and developmental roles in government, whether it be NGOs, whether it be any public sector department, or whether it be in the local government and so on. Skills to shape South Africa's future, the strategic leadership and decision making, which is a part of our program, policy analysis and implementation, where they learn to design and evaluate policies that address real community needs. And on the strategic leadership and decision making, it helps with the leading teams and driving impactful change in the public sector. And we also have the public finance and governance skills, where they learn how to manage resources responsibly to ensure transparency and also accountability. The skills also that they can learn here, it's ethical and transformational leadership, where they champion integrity and inspire public trust in governance. And a lot of public trust has been drained or has been lost. So through learning this Bachelor of Public Management, the learners are going to gain the skills which can help them to drive it back. And communication and stakeholder engagement, and it's important, like I've said earlier on, this is a very important skill. So it can help them bridge the gap between the citizen, government, and even other, organizations. And innovation and problem solving, this skill will also help develop creative solutions for complex service delivery challenges that the public sector is experiencing, and the community development and social impact, which will help in contributing to building inclusive and sustainable communities that we really need so much within our different African countries. And in conclusion, lead, serve, transform. So the public Bachelor of Public Management, this program helps in ensuring that the incumbents will be able to lead, will be able to serve, and also to transform. So the Bachelor of Public Management empowers one to shape the future of the South African public sector, to also gain the skills such as confidence and vision to drive ethical leadership, innovation, and effective governance, and be the change maker who improves communities, who strengthens institutions, and inspires public trust. And join a generation of leaders committed to building a capable, accountable, and people-centered government. And thank you. Now it is time for questions. Is there anyone who has some questions, or we can entertain the questions now? I'm not seeing any hands. Uratilwe, can you see some hands on your side?
No.
Don't we have any questions? Are there questions on the chat, maybe? If you have any question, you can just go ahead. I can't hear you. I can hear that there's somebody speaking, but I can't really hear what they are saying. Still waiting for the questions. If there are any questions, does this mean that it was that clear that you do not have any questions to ask? Oh, thank you. There's a chat there. Great presentation and speaker currently on the floor. Kindly contact me on 082. Okay, we are going to contact you on that number. And I'm not sure if the participant is not able to state what they need to. Okay. Any other question? We will contact this person later on. It does seem like there are no any other questions here. And in that case, we are going to stop here.